You know, those first 90 days of a new job are absolutely make or break. It's that critical window where a fantastic hire either soars or gets totally lost in the shuffle. And that, of course, hits your team's momentum and your retention rates hard. But what if I told you there's a simple blueprint you can build in less than an hour to pretty much guarantee their success? Well, that is exactly what we're going to build today. Okay, let's talk about the new hire fog. I think we've all been there, right? It's day one, you're at a new job, you've got all this energy, but you have no real idea what winning actually looks like. You're trying your best to impress, but you're just operating in this thick fog, kind of guessing at what matters most. This is a huge, silent performance killer. So let me just ask you this directly. When a new person joins your team, are they really truly set up to win? I mean, do they have a crystal clear map of what success looks like at day 30, day 60, and day 90? Or are you kind of leaving them to figure it all out on their own? This slide just nails the whole problem. You can hire the most talented, brilliant person on the planet, but if they don't have a clear target to aim for, all that energy just gets scattered. And that leads to frustration, to wasted effort, and that nagging feeling for everyone that things just aren't clicking. And you know what that feeling is? That's the fast track to a disengaged employee and, yep, early turnover. But here's the good news. The solution is surprisingly simple. This isn't about some expensive software or week-long training seminars. It's all about clarity, just pure, absolute clarity on what needs to be achieved from day one. That is the single fastest way to boost someone's confidence and slash their time to impact. So let's dive into how to build it. This quote right here, this is the bedrock of our entire blueprint. It's this core idea that if you can't define success in a way you can actually measure, then you have no objective way to guide somebody toward it. It completely shifts performance conversations from vague, subjective feelings to concrete, objective facts. Now, this is a really important point, so let's be clear. Setting these metrics is not about micromanagement. It's not about looking over someone's shoulder every 5 minutes. In fact, it's the total opposite. It's about giving them the trust and the autonomy to hit a really well-defined target in their own way. You're not dictating the how, you're just clarifying the what. So, how do we actually create this clarity? Well, we're going to use a super simple framework built on 4 core questions. Answering these is going to give you and your new hire a complete performance scorecard, a genuine blueprint for their first 90 days that's going to drive both their performance and their engagement. And here they are, the 4 steps. It's pretty straightforward. First, we define the key metrics, the actual numbers that really matter. Second, we're going to paint a picture of what great performance looks like, giving them something clear to strive for. Third, we set the minimum acceptable bar. This is a super important safety net. And last, we'll pick a regular check-in cadence to make this a living, breathing thing. See, it's a simple path to building out your success blueprint. Okay, let's start with step 1, key metrics, or as you've probably heard, KPIs. Look, don't let the acronym intimidate you. All this means is choosing, say, 3 to 5 numbers or tangible results that tell you, yep, this person is on the right track and they're adding value. Simple as that. So, what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, it totally depends on the role, right? For someone in sales, it might be the number of client calls per week. For a project manager, it's all about projects delivered on time. For someone in customer support, maybe it's tickets resolved. The key is that they're specific, they're clear, and they're directly tied to the main purpose of that role. All right, so once you have your metrics, we move on to the next really crucial step. See, it's not quite enough to just have a target. You need to define the entire spectrum of performance. This helps get rid of any gray areas and manages expectations for everyone right from the start. I want you to think about this for a second. For any job on your team, there's a huge difference between someone who is just absolutely crushing it, just thriving, and someone who's, just getting by, just surviving. If you can't clearly articulate that difference, how on earth can you expect your new hire to? Take a look at these 2 columns. On the left, great. That's your aspirational goal. That's what thriving looks like. Then, on the right, you've got minimum. This is your safety net. This is the line that says, hey, below this, we've got a problem. But at this level, we believe in you, and we're going to keep investing in your development. Defining both of these brings incredible clarity to the conversation. So we've got our metrics, we've defined our performance lanes. Now it's time to put that final piece into place to complete our 90-day blueprint. And this last step, this is what turns it from just a piece of paper into a living, breathing tool for development. Okay, this is so important. This document can't just be created and then filed away in some digital folder. It needs a heartbeat. So the fourth and final question you have to answer is all about your rhythm, your cadence. How often are you and your new hire going to sit down and actually review this scorecard together? There's no single magic answer here. It could be weekly, could be bi-weekly, could be monthly. What the source material really emphasizes is that the specific interval you choose is way less important than the consistency. Just pick a rhythm and stick to it. That regular check-in is what transforms the scorecard from a static document into a really dynamic coaching tool. And that right there, that's the big takeaway. This whole exercise, defining metrics, painting that picture of great, setting up regular check-ins, none of this is about a test. It's not about pass or fail. It's a profound investment in your new hire. You are literally handing them a map to succeed, and that is one of the most powerful things a leader can do to build trust and performance from the moment they walk in the door. So I'll just leave you with this question. What does winning look like for your new hire? If you can't answer that question clearly, specifically, and in a way you can measure, well, how can you expect them to? Take the time, build the blueprint, and turn that new hire fog into a crystal clear path forward.